Okay, so thank you for those who were concerned. Yes, I'm okay regarding yesterday, and no, I didn't get attacked by a dog. So basically, I had done a somatic practice and moved a lot of energy, and I was like, I just need to go in nature, and I was feeling like really good actually. So I decided to go on a bike ride with my dog, and he has like a little seat on my bike, like in front of it. And there was another girl biking as I was turning a corner, and she was looking down at her phone, and I timed it like so I had ample time to like go around her. But then she looked up and was like in shock, and so she tried to like help me and literally come to the other side, the left side instead of the right side. And I'm like, she's gonna hit my dog. So I go all mama bear, and I like turn my bike so that my dog doesn't get hit to protect him. And I kind of put my hands around his bike seat. And then I ended up, like, the bike fell over and my arm fell on this like brick ledge, which is why my jacket was cut open. And now I have like a huge bruise and cut on my arm. It's not broken, thank goodness. And then I was in shock, and like there was like trauma moving through my body because like I was literally shaking. I'm like, I just allow this to move out so that's not stuck in my body. 3 men were helping load a car, and they immediately came over, took my dog out. They're like, are you okay? I didn't know if I was okay because like I literally, like my whole body was numb and just like shaking. It's in a trauma response. And I was worried obviously about Opal. So he was fine, thank goodness. And then one of the men was trained in like paramedics, so he was checking my arm until the sensation came back, and then we realized it wasn't broken. Thank goodness. And then they got me water. It was so sweet. And then the girl who fucking almost like hurt my dog, she started snickering and like laughing, and she was like, I gotta go. She like worked at Cactus Club. And she's like, I gotta go to work. And then she said like, she can handle, like, she's a big girl, she doesn't need your help, to the men. And I'm just like, oh my God, firstly, such emasculation. Secondly, I actually really needed them because I didn't know if my fucking arm was broken. That's actually how I started my spiritual journey, is when I broke my arm. And like literally I could not receive, and no one fucking, like, I was like almost gonna pass out for like 10 minutes. I sat there and people walked by, nobody said anything, because I had the energetic of not being able to receive. That's for later. We'll talk about that in my masterclass of surrendering into sacred union with Source on June 15th. I will link it up. But yeah, like when we can't receive from the masculine, when we have these distortions and like trauma from childhood or from the lineage or from programming, then we literally can't receive from God. We can't receive money. We can't receive help, like even in the moments that we really needed it. And yesterday I really needed it. And these 3 men, like immediately, it's in their DNA to want to protect us. And it was like honestly divinely planned, I think, for me to have an even greater insight of being like, whoa, you're so provided for all the time in all situations. And like also like surrendering, because like in that moment I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like I literally just had to follow my instincts and my intuition, and then I'm like, I fucking might have broken my arm, which thank God I didn't. And then also to see like that girl when she said that, firstly so rude, but anywho, stay in your heart, Jill. She was like completely emasculating the men helping me. And we do this so much, especially as women. Like we completely emasculate men, and they literally, it's in their DNA to show up for us, to show up for women, to protect us, to provide for us. And we take that away from them in these little micro moments all the time. This is why like so many men, like they'll like try and help us with our bags and we'll like chop off their head. But I don't anymore. I receive. So anyways, I would love to invite you to my masterclass on the 15th. We're going to go deeper into these topics on provision and accepting it from the masculine and from God, because when we're not accepting it from men, we're not accepting it from God. This goes for money, relationships, clients, all the things. I love you guys.